hell was...
What is that?
TAPS makes paranormal history
Nobody has ever investigated the Hoover Dam.
at an American landmark drowned in tragedy.
They're dying of heat, blasting, drowning. There were others who fell to their deaths.
And haunted by desperate souls.
What was that? Hello?
The haunted nerve center of this dam is right here. Oh, yeah.
So the Hoover Dam, Steve, come on.
Oh, gosh.
Nobody has ever investigated the Hoover Dam.
We'll be the first ones ever. I mean, just thinking of the size of it seems so daunting. Have we ever investigated a place this big?
I don't know, but we're definitely going to need extra hands. So Dustin, Chris, thank you guys for joining us on this.
It's a great opportunity, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
The Hoover Dam, located near Boulder City, Nevada, is one of America's 7 modern civil engineering wonders. Completed in 1935 in the midst of the Great Depression, standing 726 feet tall, along with Lake Mead, the reservoir it created, mysterious phenomena have flooded the site for decades.
Do you guys know if the activity is coming from certain spots?
Reports are coming from all over the place.
Activity's picking up here. Is it because of Lake Mead now, because of the drought?
But they're finding these bodies.
Is that causing a disturbance? That's not a terrible theory.
We've always talked about water being, an element that helps fuel activity, whether it's residual or intelligent.
Yeah. They're seeing apparitions in different parts. They're claiming to see a businessman, apparitions of workers in the tunnels. They're hearing voices and just a lot of things that they can't explain. And, they do have employees that are scared.
We definitely got to figure out what's going on. I mean, people are uncomfortable heading to some of these areas. So we need to make sure it's safe for them to work there.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Hell
let's
yeah.
get over there, man.
Oh, God, I can't believe this. This is terrifying.
TAPS case, Hoover Dam, Boulder City, Nevada.
Hi, Tara. I'm Jason. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Sean.
Sean, it's a pleasure.
Steve.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Hi, Sean.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you so much for calling us out. We're the first team you guys have ever led do this, so we greatly appreciate that.
This is fascinating.
So what's the history of the Hoover Dam and the Colorado River?
Historically, the river was either in torrential flooding or a period of drought. When people started to move out west, it became clear that if we were going to be able to settle the desert southwest, that we were going to have to do something to have a reliable water source.
After 2 decades of planning, work officially began on the Hoover Dam in 1931. After 5 years of grueling hours working around the clock, it was formally dedicated by President Franklin Roosevelt on September 30th, 1935.
In 1947, Congress authorized the name of Hoover Dam after President Herbert Hoover.
How many people did it actually take to put this thing together?
That was about 21,000 workers over the course of the project.
During planning and construction of the Hoover Dam, 96 deaths were recorded, but the exact number is likely much higher due to underreporting.
Only the deaths that occurred at the actual project were counted. If they made it to the hospital in Boulder City, they were not counted as a death that occurred on the project.
So we could easily be into the hundreds, in other words. So are there any names specifically that stand out to you?
Yeah, so one of the names is the Tierney family. John Tierney was a surveyor. In December of 1921, he was doing some assessments along the Colorado and there was a flash flood. He drowned.
John Tierney died on the site 10 years before construction started on the Hoover Dam project. He left behind a wife and an 11-year-old son named Patrick, who later followed in his father's footsteps.
14 years later, his son was a worker on one of the construction crews, and on the exact same day, he died when he fell off of one of the intake towers, and he was the last recorded death on the Hoover Dam construction project.
Wow.
Since the dam's completion, more tragic deaths have followed. Numerous people have lost their lives at the dam itself and at the Lake Mead National Recreation Area, one of the deadliest national parks in America. Over the decades, there have been fatalities from accidents, suicides, and homicides. And more recently, the drought has caused Lake Mead's water levels to drop, exposing grisly human remains.
Have you seen an escalation in activity since those bodies have been discovered?
As the reservoir goes down, obviously we notice changes inside the dam. There's less seepage in certain areas, so that could play into it, definitely.
Okay. So now, there's been claims of paranormal activity happening throughout this area. What have you all experienced or heard?
We have several tunnels that go inside the dam on the 4th floor, and there's been several staff that have seen apparitions, they've heard voices.
Has anybody ever been able to make out any words?
It's been more of a moaning.
I see.
Or, not necessarily good sounds.
Okay.
The tunnels themselves are a little unnerving.
We were doing fire alarm testing. I came up the elevator, got off the 4th floor. I looked to my left, and there was a gentleman from the 1930s in blue coveralls and a hard hat walking away from me down the tunnel, and then just kind of vanished.
At the far end of the dam, witnesses have heard footsteps going up and down the emergency staircase, along with whispering and the sound of gates slamming closed.
What other claims can you tell us about?
On our 7th floor, there's open mailboxes, and several staff clearly see a full apparition of a worker walking through the mailboxes.
In the penstock tunnels, workers claim to hear footsteps when no one else is around. And on the viewing platform in the powerhouse, an apparition of a construction worker has also been seen.
In this viewing platform, there's 2 doors, and I was checking those doors to see if they were locked. And I walked through, and at a corner of my eye, I see someone wearing a white hard hat walk by going the opposite direction. I turned around and they were gone. Creeped me out.
Frightening shadow figures have also been reported throughout the Hoover Dam.
So what are you hoping that we're able to accomplish here?
Yeah, I think mostly to assure everyone that they're not crazy, help some of the employees understand what it is they did or didn't see.
And make our staff a little more at ease about things, and that it's not something aggressive.
We're gonna try.
We will do our best. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
All right. Hey, so we just got done talking with Terry and Sean. So interesting, a father and son passed away. The father, John Tierney, died here, and the son, Patrick Tierney, was the last person that died during the construction here.
No.
Yeah, so...
And it was the same day, 14 years apart.
That's creepy.
They're just hoping that we're able to come up with some answers, try to figure out what's going on, because they're uncomfortable. They don't feel really that great heading to these locations. So we got a lot of ground to cover, guys. So let's get cranking, man.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us, so we're very, very fortunate. I just can't wait to check it out.
You know, there's so much going on here, and we talk about different paranormal theory, the moving water, the amount of energy that's here. The water in Lake Mead is receding, and with that they are finding a lot of bodies, and remains are being disturbed from their final resting place, so that may play into what goes on.
We're talking a place that just on paper has 96 deaths, whether it's falling to their death, being crushed. I mean, these are traumatic situations that happen instantly, and opens up possibility for residual type haunts.
Let's tilt down. Okay.
The activity here is prominent. It's in multiple different areas, and we're going to have a lot of ground to cover.
Hey guys, girls, we're all set We have cameras set up in all the areas where there have been reports of apparitions, shadow figures, and sounds. We've also placed cameras outside, so that's all covered.
The walkies aren't going to work through all this concrete, so let's just meet back here at the end of our runs.
All right, now it's just time to see about getting the lights out and just get investigating.
All right.
All right, let's do it, guys. It's amazing, the amount of work that went into this.
Yeah.
Sherry and I are going to start on the upper floors of the emergency staircase. Steve and Dave are going to head to the penstock viewing platform in the Arizona powerhouse. And Chris and Dustin will investigate the 4th floor tunnels inside the dam.
This is Chris and Dustin.
This is the 4th floor tunnel, and so this is sound of footsteps.
Yep. Also the apparition of a man in 1930s wear.
We've done some pretty amazing places before, but this kind of takes the cake.
Yeah.
Is anybody here with us?
So if you'd like to step out and say hello. What was that?
I thought that was you.
I went to say something and then I heard whatever it was.
Yeah. Is that you walking toward us?
Stephen Tango in the Arizona viewing platform. This is where a gentleman has been reported.
The hard hat.
That's right, a hard hat. And he sees him go by the hard hat and looks, and nobody's there.
Let me go outside?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Jay and Sherry at the emergency staircase where the claims are hearing footsteps, whispers, and gates closing. Hello? John Tierney, you and your son Patrick died here. Are you with your son?
Let me see how far the next landing is. Somebody tell me your name. We're just trying to talk with somebody. We were called in by Terry and Sean.
Patrick Tierney, we know you died on the same day as your father, 14 years apart.
Would you be willing to come down and talk to us? Do you miss your family?
What is that?
Hello?
The hell was...
What is that? Did that come from down there or up here?
It sounded like up there. Did it sound like it was near you?
It sounded like it went by me. Like a meow. I'm gonna try to play it back.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
It sounds creepy. You gotta hear this. The only way to explain it is like if somebody was falling to their death. Ready?
What the hell was...
What is that?
What is that? That is so weird.
It almost sounds like they're going.
Right. He's definitely gasping for air.
John Tierney, we know that you passed away in that flash flood. What can you tell us about that?
John, we learned all about you today. You and your son Patrick died here, and some people think that you might be here together. Where did you just come from? Were you over there?
I was right here.
Did you push that door open at all?
No.
I think it popped open a little bit.
Are you serious?
It's popped open a little bit right now. Oh, Dave, you couldn't even get over here. It's scaffolding.
Yeah, no, there's no way I can get there.
Can you come back inside here?
Will do. Be right there.
If you're here with us, can you make a knocking sound like this? What was that? It was like a knocking in the wall or movement. That's weird. Just putting the grid up.
Okay.
All right, so we put up some lights that you may see there. They may look like red to you, but if there's any way you can try to walk in front of it, it would just help us to see you a little better. All right, thinking of putting the Flux 2 device down there. Maybe we can entice them to try to light up one side or the other.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so just to demonstrate, if you are here with us, if you try to come close to this side, it'll just make a sound and it'll light up. We perceive this side as green. It may look different to you. The other side, that side lights up as what we perceive as red. If you could try to just touch one of those sides or get closer to it, it may give us an opportunity to further a discussion with you. Can you try to light up that little triangle light at the end of the hall? Green is yes, red is no. That could tell us yes or no if you start to use it. If you don't tell us, then we're going to have to leave. Wow. Chris, I got like goosebumps like crazy.
I did too.
Patrick and John, we know you both died at this site. If you're down the hall, could you come closer?
Hearing some shuffling.
Yeah, from down that side.
Can you tell us what you were doing here? There are people that see you around here. They would like to know who you are. Is there any way that you can give us your name?
Would you be willing to come down and talk to us? Oh. It was just like somebody on the stairs, like a boom, 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 boom. Can you come down for us? Do you hear that? That was a male voice.
John Tierney, are you here?
Let me see how easy it is to open from out here. The original plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to push on the door.
Okay.
Steve, it's locked.
It won't turn at all from the outside?
No. Locked.
Weird. Wow. Okay. So I looked over, the door was open.
Yeah.
I thought you went around, pushed on it or whatever.
No. I can't even do it. Like it's locked on the other side.
Right.
You can't even turn the handle.
Let's go back to center command.
All right. Sounds good. Good job, Steve G.
Are there any workers here with us now who died during construction of the Hoover Dam? Can you tell us how hazardous it was working here? Oh.
Is that just it again?
You guys just heard that sound.
That just sound like it
somebody
again?
dragging pipes. Oh. It's like
Well,
somebody just whistled?
no, but I heard something.
Nobody just whistled.
No, but I just heard something.
There was just a whistle. Was that you that just made a noise earlier?
We would love to talk to you. Is there a John here?
Patrick? John's son? You're welcome to come hang with us. Maybe tell us about working here. I'm just not hearing anything now. Let's head out.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, K-Dub?
We keep getting little bits of sound. I don't really know what to make of it.
Yeah.
Do you think we should check back in with everybody?
Yeah. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
All right.
So crazy. Hey guys. Hey.
How'd it go?
We had the grid set up, we had the Flex 2 set up. Nothing for the longest time until we were like, hey, we're going to leave. And all of a sudden it lit up red. So like, okay, we can stay and talk. It was really strange.
Yeah.
So our experience, there was this scream, it went from the top past me down to Sherry. I mean, tomorrow night, you guys got to get in there.
I can't wait.
I think it's time to wrap. We get started early tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys want to connect with the local historian?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap and get out of here tonight.
Yeah.
Sweet. Good job, guys.
The Hoover Dam has nearly a century of history behind it, and we've barely scratched the surface. So while Sherry and I analyzed last night's evidence,
There's a voice right here. I'll highlight that, but I want you to hear the whole thing in its entirety first. So, can you come down for us? To me, it sounds like he's saying, I can't do that.
And he has like a southern accent or something?
Dave and Chris are meeting with history professor Dr. Michael Green.
Mike, thank you so much for having us in your beautiful home.
Well, thank you. Glad to have you here.
My first question would be, what was there before it was built?
The Colorado was this wild river. It frequently flooded its banks. And the people along the Colorado, especially in California and Arizona, really wanted to find a way to control it.
Where'd the funding come in for something that big?
It's federally funded, and where this gets interesting is that the argument the East was making was this will never pay for itself, and we're going to be stuck with it. And the West's argument was, well, you have been taking our gold and silver and all that for years, and taking it back east and getting rich off us. But the other thing is, hydroelectric power ends up tilting it. If you're going to produce that much electricity, you can sell it, and you can make money.
Okay.
So it's kind of a crazy process. The other thing is the Bureau of Reclamation had kind of gotten out of building big dams, and they wanted bids to build this. And a group of 6 companies came together with the wildly creative name of 6 companies, and they put in the bid that they could get it built in something like 6 years, and they ultimately got it done early and under budget.
Wow. Work began on the Hoover Dam in 1931 during the Great Depression. Boulder City and a cluster of makeshift shelters called Ragtown developed out of a need to house desperate workers from all over the country. All were willing to work in the harshest conditions.
Considering they would have been in the Great Depression, what were people's reactions to this huge project?
Boy, this dam project's going to be great. We can get jobs. Nationally, there's about 25% unemployment. So it's not hard to find people who are willing to work in dangerous conditions for low pay.
Right. What can you tell us about the deaths that happened there?
There are all kinds of ways that people die on the dam project. You might get hit by something, blasting, drowning. They're dying of heat. And there were others who fell to their deaths.
Right.
So a lot of the deaths on the dam project are accidents, but somebody gets killed, they don't have time to sit and think about it. Workers are cheap.
Are there any names that you can think of that come up when it comes to accidents?
There was a guy named Harry Kidd, and he was one of the first people killed after construction began. He's a motorman, and he's killed in a landslide.
How young did they hire for some of these jobs?
John Rawls was maybe the youngest hiree at the dam. He was 16 when he was hired. He was 18 when he died, which was September of 34, and he was on a concrete form, and he fell to his death.
Who would the construction workers report to?
Frank Crow's the engineer in charge, and his nickname was Hurry Up Crow.
Hurry Up Crow, that's
Hurry Up was his
great to
favorite
know.
term. And job safety was not his primary concern. So you have people who worshipped him, and you've got people who absolutely despise him.
That's a great name we can use. And you have been so helpful. So much information. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, gang.
How'd it go?
Really good. We got a couple more names. One of the youngest to pass was 18-year-old by the name of John Rawls. He fell to his death after slipping on concrete.
Who else?
One of the first deaths was a gentleman by the name of Harry Kidd, and he was killed by a landslide. Where they've seen that apparition with the hard hat, that's the same area where he passed away. So you kind of put two and two together. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The other name he gave us was Frank Crow, and he was a head engineer. He didn't really care so much about worker safety. If somebody got hurt, it was just like, we could easily fill the position because everybody needed work at the time.
He didn't die here.
He didn't die.
But people hated him.
People either hated
people
him
hated
or they loved him. I thought he was a genius.
I think having Frank's name might bring them forward to want to talk to us maybe a little bit.
See if it stirs up anything. I think we can get ready to start investigating.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Great work, everybody.
Armed with new names and clues as to who could be behind the apparitions of construction workers. Tonight's investigation will start with Sherry and Dave watching the monitors, Chris and Dustin inside the dam on the upper floors of the emergency staircase, and Steve and I will check out the 7th floor mailroom.
Jay and Steve in the mailroom and hallway where they have seen a man dressed in business attire.
Coming down. 8, 9, 2, 3. Oh, that's a high EMF through this whole area, man.
And there's a lot of energy in this atmosphere that there is something paranormal. It has plenty to draw from.
Is there anyone here who'd like to talk with us? Anybody here know a man by the name of Frank Crow?
There are people working in here. This is still the Hoover Dam.
I heard that. It was weird.
Chris and Dustin at the staircase where Jay and Sherry were hearing what sounded like somebody falling. What is that?
It's claims of footsteps.
And a gate closing or slamming.
Is there anyone here with us?
Have you ever heard of Harry Kidd?
He was one of the first workers to die during construction.
How about Mr. Crow? What was that?
It sounded like a banging gate.
I don't know if that sound was a gate, but we definitely heard something clanging.
Right. Yeah. Were you one of the Tierneys? It's incredible how John Tierney and his son Patrick, I mean, they both die here 14 years apart to the day.
Yeah.
Did you live in one of the rag towns, Rag City? I'm getting like a cold breeze down my right side.
Yeah, it's going down my left arm.
It's so weird. Like here, nothing. And then here, it's like putting my hand like in a cold spot.
We're feeling a cold sensation. If that's you, are you capable of actually touching one of us?
So this is a device. All it does is light up when you touch it, and it'll let us know that you're here. We know that a lot of people died during the building of this dam.
John Rawls. We know you lost your life here when you were only 18. Can you tell us how hazardous it was working here?
We know that you were a really hard worker.
Is high EMF in here? And it makes you wonder, hypersensitivity to high magnetic fields leads to hallucinations, paranoia. Did they really see something, or is it just constantly dealing with the high EMFs?
That can definitely influence somebody's brain to see things.
All right, so why don't we do this? We'll head out and you and Dave can get over to 4 as soon as Chris and Dustin are at. And Sherry and Chris can head over to the penstock tunnel.
Absolutely.
Cold is gone.
Did you leave us? Such a weird experience, though.
I know.
All right, let's go back down.
I don't know.
Steve and Dave, 4th floor tunnel, apparition of a man, 1930s construction gear. Hello? Are there any workers here with us right now? Let's go slow. Let's be quiet. See, that was a male voice saying something.
And that's it. It's coming towards us. Hello? I'm gonna set up the gas laser grid down there.
Okay.
We know that it was a depressing time. It was really hard to find work and make money for your family. It's happening already. Listen. Hello?
Can you imagine how much rock we're under right now?
Oh my God, no. Sherry and Chris in the penstock tunnel. So now the claims here is that people hear footsteps, and this is around the area where the construction worker Harry Kidd died. He was one of the first to die here, right? Yeah. Hello? We're looking to see if anybody's here that's working. We were told to come in here because people see and hear somebody, and they're not sure who you are.
We're also told about Harry Kidd. We're told that he passed in a landslide. People believe they may have seen him up in the viewing platform. Does anyone know where I might find Harry Kidd?
We know that you risked your life to build this dam, and some of you even died while building this dam.
Is that why you're still here? Should we...
It's walking.
It's walking. It sounds like someone's shuffling around.
John Rolls, are you here? I'm sorry that you died at such a young age. Is there anybody else that wants to talk to us?
Who here dislikes Frank Crow? He was the head engineer. There's gotta be somebody here that doesn't like him.
He was called Hurry Up Crow.
One thing the workers here now would like to know is, should they feel afraid to be in here or have any worry or concern?
It just seems really quiet in here.
Do you think we should go check in with the guys?
Yeah, I think it's time.
What do you think of Frank Crow?
Do you know who Frank is? Why don't you tell us your name?
That was... Breathing? It's like an inhale?
It's like a...
Where was that coming from? Was it coming from over here?
100%.
Like you said, we're on one end. That was loud. Very loud.
Like, I don't even know what the sound was. It sounded like...
Metal, like metallic.
Metal. That sounded like a door opening. The haunted nerve center of this dam is right here. Wow. I have this urge where I want to listen so bad. Like,
Go back and listen.
I want to, like,
Yeah?
because what if it's trying to tell us something?
Exactly.
This has been a very successful investigation. Let's get the team together and the lights on.
Yeah.
One of the weirder things that happened was this cold spot. It started with Dustin, and then it worked its way down the stairs towards me, and it was strange because it was not a breeze. It was odd.
It's been great having Dustin and Chris out here helping out. All in all, I think this has been a great investigation. We've had some incredible activity. We're looking forward to sitting down with Terry and Sean and hopefully giving them some insight on how to coexist with what's going on here. Looking forward to getting over there and sitting down with Terry and Sean. Yeah. Just getting their take on some of that audio. The voices, the weird scream type sound, heavy breathing.
And a lot of it is the stuff that their staff is claiming to experience.
And that's the thing. We're here to figure it out.
Yeah.
Terry, Sean, thank you so much for just allowing us to investigate the Hoover Dam. Sure. I mean, the place is truly amazing. We're at a place that we have all the perfect factors when it comes down to paranormal activity. Running water, turbines creating power. This place it's just full of energy everywhere you turn. So it was a really interesting investigation. One of the most interesting locations turned out to be the 4th floor tunnels.
Tango and I were investigating down that tunnel, and we were hearing what sounded like walking and movement and a male voice, and it was organic in the environment, not something just coming through our electronics. And listen to it. And listen to it. To us, it sounded like perhaps someone acknowledging that they heard that.
Yeah.
And listen to it.
At one point, Chris Williams and Dustin, two of our investigators, were right above the spiral staircase. And one of the claims is gates slamming. I mean, a couple times while I was in there with investigating with Sherry, it sounded like a door or a gate closed. So, well, they were able to have that experience. I mean, here's a video of it. You pretty much just listening for the audio, but just so you can see, I can turn it this way for you.
Machinery noise in the background.
Sounded like a banging gate.
So Sherry and I had made it up most of the way to the top of the dam on the straight staircase. And we kept hearing footsteps and walking, and it sounded like it was coming from in front of us. So I said, you want to come down and talk to us? And we caught this male voice. Take a listen to it. Can you come down for us? Can you come down for us?
Yeah, that's a response of some kind.
To us, it sounded like I'm not or I ain't gonna do that.
Uh-huh.
It's an intelligent haunt talking back to us.
Yeah.
Can you come down for us? In that same area, Sherry and I kept on hearing what sounded like somebody walking, voices. But at one point, there's a voice and it sounds like somebody up top is dragging a metal pipe. It was weird. We're trying to figure out where it was coming from, and we just couldn't, but here you go. Oh. You hear that?
Just it again?
Oh.
Is that just it again?
You guys just heard that sound like somebody moving, like somebody dragging pipes.
That's pretty interesting.
There was nobody up there, and that's the thing.
Interesting.
So now this next piece, we're not sure what to make of this. We're sitting there on the stairs, and there's a sound that comes from the top. So I want to play and get your thoughts on it, and we'll go from there. What? What is that? You hear the heavy breathing too? Right there?
What is that?
Sounds like it could be something falling or some person maybe. It was definitely something moving very quickly.
It could possibly be one of the construction workers that fell to their death.
Definitely there were sounds that you picked up, so
Voices
something.
and movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was one of the biggest things. Is it safe? Is there anything to be concerned about? No. So many people put their lives into it. I mean, still to this day, people are putting their lives into it. We got to also take into consideration the amount of people who tragically died here, and you have the perfect elements for residual type haunts, for that energy to be trapped. And of course, the drought at Lake Mead could be contributing to escalated activity.
The people here, the staff, who are having these experiences, they're not making up stories. They're really experiencing this unknown phenomena.
I think the people who've experienced things and other people that they've told about them are going to find it interesting.
You guys ever have anything else going on and you want it investigated, please give us a call. We would love to come back here in a heartbeat.
For sure.
Well, Terry, Sean, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
This was an honor and a privilege. Thank you so much, of course.
All right.
It does seem like you can hear voices. That part was surprising to me. I think it validates some of the experiences that employees have talked about.
The findings that they've come across will make our staff a little more at ease about things. And I know it puts me at ease, for sure.
I think that was great. Terry and Sean both seemed like, wow, with the evidence we showed them.
And the fact they trusted us speaks volumes to where we as a team have come.
Exactly, man. We investigated the Hoover Dam.
I know.
So, you know what I say? On to the next.